Hello.
We back.
We are here after Christmas. I hope you guys are full and spent time with amazing people and
Man.
didn't lose too much money on this commercialized holiday
Hmm.
that we call Christmas. But we are here. How was your Christmas, twin?
Oh, it was good. It was relaxing, very chill. Kids had a good time because it's all about the kids at this point.
It is all about the kids.
All about the kids. So and whatever. So it was good, relax. Unfortunately, it sucked because it was on Wednesday. So guess what? Had to go back to work the next day. So yeah.
It's always
Besides that,
funny.
all's well. How about your if you did do anything at all?
I did. So for the last 26 years, hold on, 26, 27 years, I've spent almost every Christmas with my best friend. We've been doing it since she was 18 and I was 19. We've raised our kids together, got divorced. She's remarried, like the whole thing. So I was at her house. I only bought one gift, and it was for my 3-year-old nephew because he's a baby. I don't buy gifts for adults. We're not about to do that. In my When I get remarried, my husband and I are going to have a tradition that we're going to give back to those in need. Like that's the type of stuff I want to do. Like I've been blessed and fortunate, so I don't give to adults. They have jobs. So, but my 3-year-old nephew enjoyed his gift that I bought him. For me, it's about family, good food, even better company. Like those are the things that matter. The best gift, or I would say the best present you can give me is your presence.
Mhm.
Just being present with me, you know what I'm saying? Like being in that moment, enjoying that time. And luckily for me, I did not have to go back to work because I'm not back in the office until January the 6th.
Whatever.
So,
Whatever.
yay for me.
Whatever. Hey,
Yay for me.
I am Scrooge today. Whatever.
Yay for me. Mr. You're here. I gave you a birthday shout out the last time. I know it was your birthday last week. I'm glad that you're back. Thank you. I'm seeing Jeff's in the building. Conceded 2.0 is in the building.
Okay.
Mr. is in the building. So yes, thank you everybody. We're definitely going to have quite the conversation today. And as usual, we want all of our amazing subscribers to pipe in because this one's going to be a little caliente. Hey! So let me see if I've missed anything in the chat before we get into it. So Jeff said, good evening, consider 2.0, happy holidays, my peeps. I've been MIA last few lives. My apologies. Listen, don't ever apologize. You're back. You're here with us now, and that's what matters. We're deep into season 7. We're going to go get into it. Mr. said he was late to work today. I get it. Conceded Warner said he switched to second shift because he knew ahead of time he wasn't moving too early this AM. I get it, y'all. I feel awful for all of you. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. I don't even understand. I tell you, I never want to be a man. Like I feel like you guys just have it differently than we do. Like I am not going to anybody's office. Like I slept in, I rolled around, I meditated, I did some reading. I got a nice book, so I did like some reading today. I do some writing. I do some relaxing.
Really?
Yeah, I
Really?
did.
Really?
I'm just sharing. Like I you share, I'm sharing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm sharing. I told you I'd never like this sounds like a lot of hard work you guys are doing. I'm just sharing the time I had on my break. Anywho, we digress. Before Twin cusses me out, we thought correct. Mr. said that bed was bedding last night.
Right.
Listen, I did. By the time I got home from my best friend's house and took a shower and climbed into bed, it was minutes to 3 a.m. Like I would be super mad. However, I will say it is actually a holiday in Canada today. So today is what we call Boxing Day, which is almost like the Black Friday after your Thanksgiving. So this is where like there's sales and all these things that happen. So it's our Boxing Day. So technically, it's a statutory holiday. So banks are closed. That types of things happen. I think grocery stores are closed. I know the banks are closed for sure, which is important. So yeah, it's technically a holiday. I think people might be back tomorrow, but God bless them all. But we move on. Tonight's going to be quite the topic. And I, as usual, am going to want all of you to be candid. because a candid conversation is going to be had. I'm going to have some questions for you, gentlemen, in terms of how, as women, we can better communicate our needs. Am I winking? The needs. Um,
You, I mean, if you call that a wink, but yes, we see your eye twitching over there.
you, you know what, Fiesty? I did my best. I'm doing what I can. So, how to communicate the needs? And there's going to be a clip I play that I'm not sure that's the way I would want to communicate my needs about sex. So we're going to talk about sex, lies, and reality, and really the language of fucking, not lovemaking. I want to talk the language of fucking. You should know what that is. So we're definitely going to get into that topic. Again, I want you guys to be candid and raw and real. As usual, the link is in the comment section. If you want to join the conversation, just click on the link, jump in backstage, and I will bring you in. Are we ready to get into it?
Let's go.
Okay, so I'm going to start with this clip from another show where they were talking about sex. And I'm going to play the clip, and as usual, I want to hear your thoughts, and then we're going to jump right into it. So without further ado, here we go.
When you say slut me out, in his mind, he has to rewire how he looked at you, because what he had you at was here, but how you want to be is over here.
Oh,
Wait,
see,
wait,
I
so
disagree.
it's over here.
Okay, wait.
disagree.
So no, wait, hold on. So a woman that you
disagree with
put
that.
up here, how do you her?
I'm saying, like, when
Like
that,
this.
Yeah. when a guy put a girl up
It's
here,
terrible.
when by up here, I
Gotta
mean,
tell these
right, but up here, I'm not talking about like he's super attracted to you, right? I'm talking about he like loves you, so like he be mad delicate, he be mad gentle.
But that's the problem.
But what
always think you want them to be gentle.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that that's how his mind is working, because he's treating you the same way that
Right, but when a woman
I can't finish. Jesus Christ.
I don't want you to. Actually.
Whatever. Shut up. So look, when a man has a woman
feel
at
good,
a
do it.
pool, I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. When a man has you as a pet at a pedestal, unfortunately, he's going to have sex with you in the same delicate matter that he actually looks at you. When he doesn't have value for you, he's going to slut you the out. But the problem is he values you too much for him to reprogram his brain to treat you the same way that he treated the women that he had no care in the world for.
Right. So Rico, I'm
It's
here
so
to
not
tell
true.
you, stop doing that shit. Stop doing that.
Tell them.
No.
No, we're telling you.
We gotta tell you.
You don't need to tell me.
about- You're the
you don't
people's
need to-
king, right? I'll tell you and you relay.
No.
Okay? Because that
Tell the Hondo heads.
right. Chat.
Yeah, I know. He gonna steal my shit.
No, I'm definitely not. I don't
he
even
can have
want
it.
it.
No,
you can
because
keep it. I
Just
don't
like,
need it.
just like how when you
all right.
talk for men
Mid.
and you need us to listen to what men
Hater.
feel and you don't want women to talk for men, I'm telling you, I'm talking for women when I say you need to listen to what we want. If we say slut me out, it's not because now we need to be placed down here. No, that's just how we want to be and we're telling you, just like how we're telling you we don't like this or we want you to do this, we're telling you what we need. We're telling you what will be pleasurable for us. That's all.
Women aren't saying slut me out though, because they
I will use those same exact words.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you check out the full episode on YouTube.
Before I let you jump in, and I see your comment, Jeff, you're right. I definitely have to recruit some women. Let me just be clear. She was not speaking for women. Let me just be clear. She was speaking for herself, because there is no way I would use the word or the terminology slut me out to my man, because his mind goes to the word slut. And no man wants to see the woman he has chosen as a slut. So let me just start there. But twins, your thoughts, gentlemen in the chat, your thoughts about that clip.
That's a good clip. But the guy's absolutely right. It's really a mind thing that we have to wire ourselves to think of our woman and treat her the way that we treat our regular hoe. Forget the whole slut word. It's really a hoe. Because he's absolutely right. When I'm with my woman, I'm more gentle, I'm more caring, whatever. But if I'm messing with a girl, hoe, whatever, I'm doing whatever. I'm not asking no questions. I'm just doing it. I don't care if she's crying. I don't care none of that shit. I'm just doing when I get off and I'm done. So there's different levels to that. So he's absolutely right about it. It's all mental. It's all mental. It's really hard to see my woman that I made my wife or my long-term girlfriend, whoever it may be, to trill like one of the girls I call at midnight at 2:00 in the morning tomorrow. Hey, what you doing? And come over and then knock it out and then send her back. Let her leave that same night. Like that's what all plays in our head when it comes. Now, I speak for Dwayne. Speak for me. That's when I'm thinking about slutting the girl out or holding the girl out. I don't care about her. I don't care if she makes it home or not. I don't care. I'm just getting what I'm getting what I want, which is that nut. And after that, get out and go. I don't care. I don't care. I'm kind of like your boy Jeff. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me for 57 cents because I ain't got it. I'm done.
Consider 2.0 said, slut me out, blow my back out, etc. It's all the same. Jeff Short said, dude was spot on. I heard no lies. Conceded 2.0 said, y'all never role play. My favorite is meeting at the bar for a one night stand with a stranger. I have a wild story about that. And we want to hear it. Please come on down. Okay, so this is where I ask the question, gentlemen. How does a woman then communicate the need that she wants to be fucked and not made love to? And I'm going to preface this by saying, I remember in my previous relationship with this man who I loved dearly and he loved me in transparency, the person I started this show with. We had this very similar conversation in terms of certain things that I wanted done that he was not comfortable with because he said, babe, as the woman I love and plan to marry, I can't do this to you because this is what I did to hoes when I was playing ball. Like, I can't associate my delicate flower of a woman who I love dearly with the hoes that when I was traveling the world playing ball, I was piping down. So, we kind of went a little back and forth and really communicated. I don't use words like slut me out and blow up my back. That's not how I communicate. But we just never did what I wanted to do. He was getting more comfortable with it over time, but I had to understand mentally what that might do for him. And I would never want him to look at me any different than he did. However, how do we communicate if we want certain things in the bedroom? Because we don't necessarily always want to be your delicate flower. We want you to rough us up a little bit. How do we communicate that?
Whew. That's a hard one. That's a hard one because I may never look at you the same no more. Depending, I'm just if I put you in that, it's all mental. If I put you in that category where I'm treating you like a hoe, then you're just gonna be a hoe. So it's
so let's define treatment like a hoe. What are the things sexually that you see a hoe doing that your woman does not?
So okay, let me give a prime example, right? Versus my woman and versus a hoe, right? My woman, I cater to, hey babe, how you doing? Whatever, warm it up, whatever. Be nice. Let's go out to eat. You know what I mean? Massage her, something sweet. A hoe, side chick, whatever you want to call it. So as she comes to the door, close off. Like there's no talking. You know what it is. We coming over here, and it's from the door, and that's it. Like there's no. Hold on, wait, no. Take this D, and we're gonna go. Like there's no
so I understand that part. I get it. I think the woman who is the hoe probably understands that. But let's say a woman wants to introduce the A behind work, anal. She wants to introduce anal into your sexual box of chocolates.
Now, for
How
me,
is
for me,
that something you do with a hoe, or can you woman? Because for her that brings her pleasure.
okay, I understand that. So that'll be a conversation we had before we can get to the whole this part anyway. I'm not into that. So that'll be something I would never do. So maybe someone else could chime in and say some of that, but that wouldn't be me.
Gentlemen, I want to hear that part. So, because I think that's where the challenge is. And Jeff has said, well, how would a woman communicate that to her man, Toshiba? Like, I will tell you how Toshiba would communicate this to her man. So, I'm actually with twins. I'm going to lay it out in the beginning, right? Because I think the issue is too much of us are having sex, but not talking about sex, right? There's a lot of people fucking and not talking about fucking. Like they just get straight to it. So for me, before we even get into that, I'm telling you about my needs, wants, and desires. I'm going to tell you, here are the things that I enjoy as you should tell me. And I think that conversation needs to happen. It's like, listen, like clearly we are doing this thing. We're likely going to get into the business. What is it that you enjoy? What turns you on? What turns you off? Right? Eventually you kind of you get somebody's tell, like the things that they do when they're in, ecstasy. But even asking those questions, whether you're tells, what are the things that you've never tried, but you really want to try? What's your fantasy? Like, I think all of those conversations should be happening to see if you're even in each other's sexual comfort zone. Because there is a sexual comfort zone and nobody talks about that. Everybody has a sexual comfort zone. You just kind of hit on that, twin. Your sexual comfort zone does not include anal. So a woman who likes anal every other time you have sex is outside of your sexual comfort zone. And I don't believe two people who are not in each other's sexual comfort zone should be having sex. I'm going to pause there and see what the men are saying.
I mean, one thing I can also say to the two. So, this can also backfire on you, right? Hold on. Everyone,
Thank
hey,
you, Tito.
is that what you get into? Knock it out the park. So so I think the problem is that in beginning dating relationship, right? We're trying to be the women, they're trying to be more reserved, right? So I know they want to be slutted out, whatever you want to call it, but at the same time, they don't want to kind of expose their past. Because then that's where the conversation go down. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you have a conversation. So tell me something that you haven't done before. I did everything. So as a man who want to be with his woman, right? So let's say I'm being serious with this woman and you tell her, like, she tells you she done everything. So it's like, shit, there's nothing for me to do with you. I'm gonna look at you totally different now. I'm like, well, shit, what can I do to give you a memory that's going to remember me from? You understand what I'm saying? If you've been ran through by everybody, you done did this,
Nothing true.
that, what,
Nothing
like,
true.
my hands are thrown up. I can't help you.
Nothing true. However, what if it is a sexual fantasy? Okay, can see this on. What if it's a sexual fantasy? What if she's just expressing a sexual fantasy? She has not yet done it, but she wants to do it with you.
Now that's good. Now, is she worded that way? And lady, that's a cheat code. Just make it your fantasy. Don't be too honest. Like, oh yeah, I did. Make it your fantasy. So don't ruin the mood. But that can work. That can work.
Okay. Jeff said, but more than often not, that conversation doesn't happen, or if it does, it's a little too late in the game. Well, I agree.
Yes.
And
yes.
this is why I'm confused about how we even get there. Like, how do we even get to the point where we're laying there together and your penis entering my patty patty woo ha if I haven't talked to you about my needs, wants, and desires? Now, here is the thing. Okay, so we get there. We're there. We haven't had the conversation we're supposed to have. How does a woman sensitively put to a man that he's not adequate in bed. I see that I see Jack's comment. I'm gonna get to that. But gentlemen, like I ponder on that one as I go to some of the comments. So we don't have the conversation. We get to sex. How do I tell you that you're not adequate in bed? Jack Spade Twin is representing those in New York Knicks. Mr. I've knocked on the back door but have yet to walk through it. Good Effie, you guys are killing me. Mr. I usually let the first time go off 5. That lets me know how the sexual chemistry is. After that, we can have the conversation on likes, dislikes. Conceited 2.0. Don't tell me what you've done. Lie to me. I don't ever really, I don't ever really do this. Do you guys actually want to be lied to?
When it comes to sex, yes. As men, we want to be the person that's either your first or we feel like we're dominating you, and in that way. If you already done with someone else, it's like there's nothing for me to conquer on you, nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we are very territorial. I don't care what you did with anyone else or what you did before me. Take that shit to the grave. Take it to the grave. Let me think I'm the first person doing this with you. Let me have that. Like take that to the grave. If you gonna lie to me, baby, if you're listening, if you gonna lie to me about that. Maybe think I'm the one that had you spin upside down, going in circles off the ceiling fan. Let me think I did that to you. That I'm the only one that did. Let me stroke my ego. Maybe pump my chest. Okay? All right, go ahead.
Ladies, listen up. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, listen up. All right. Mr. I like to have the conversation first. That's part of the whole turn on. I agree. Because if 2.0 said just tell him, but chances are he already knew he gave BDR, bad dick report. Here is the thing, Conceited 2.0. A lot of men don't know that they're bad in bed. And the thing is, just like how men like to say you don't like to hurt women's feelings, a lot of women don't want to hurt your feelings because that's where you get hurt the most, in your pockets and in your pants, right? If we tell you you're broke, that hurts you. And if we tell you that what you got in your pants is not satisfying us, that hurts you. How do we truly communicate it in love? Now, I understand when women say that in anger. And so I would say to women, saying that in anger doesn't make any sense, especially if you've been taking the BDR, you've been taking the BD, the bad D, for months or years. Turn around and saying to him, well, you weren't going to bed anyways. That sounds stupid because you were taking bad D. So that doesn't make sense. But I have told somebody after about 3 or 4 times, this is not working for me. And their face was like, what? I was like, yeah, this is, yeah. He liked to go straight to the business. It was weird. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. But he had looked like he had never heard this before. And it's because most women, we talk about you, we don't necessarily talk to you. So me saying it, he was looking at me like I was the bad person. Like no other woman told me that before. Well, then she was taking lane D because this is not it. So how do we communicate that nicely?
You don't. That emotional damage. So, man. This is another problem we have, like overall in relationships. So this is where it's hard for men and women to really, or maybe hard for women to choose the right man, because, back in the day or whatever, when they got that one person that blew their fucking back out, right? It doesn't matter nothing I can do. I can't match up to that person who did X, Y, Z, right? So I might be a good man on every check mark and everything I do, pay the bills, X, Y, Z. But because I can't do that one thing, you're always gonna be like, that's gonna be something that's gonna be in the back of your mind all the time, right? And something that's striking against me. This is why, like, one reason why most women really can't find that dude, because you don't fuck so many men out here, and each dude may be different, but there's a piece of that person you always remember, regardless who you with now. You know that one dude. You can think about right now. Look at her face, fellas. Look at her face. She knew that one guy. She knew that one guy that blew her back out. She knew that one guy. It wasn't her last. It wasn't her. She knew that one guy. I'm just saying. And that's the problem right there. There's nothing I can do to match up to that. I can do X, Y, Z, but there's nothing I can do to meet that level.
However, but what if you are communicating? And let me actually go to Mr. about what happens when you do not communicate. So Mr. said the last time I didn't talk about it with the chick, first she tried to suck on my titty like a bitch. I had to mush her off me, like, get the fuck out of here with that weird shit. Mr. Thank you for your presence. But
now that's different. Now, of course, we all want to set the expectation when we first meet somebody. We do tell like, I like this, I like this, I like that, whatever. That's one thing, right? So you didn't have a conversation at all. We're talking about, we already had a conversation about what we like and what we don't like, but you're not really upfront with everything. So after you had a conversation about everything I like, everything you like, you still asking for more. Oh, why don't you try this? Or why don't you do that? And this is like either weeks in or a month in later on. I'm like, so why that? We talked about this before. Why all of a sudden, why this?
Well, Consider 2.0 said, hearing wow, that's my first time doing that, and I loved it, is a major, I think it's meant to say ego stroke.
Okay, you go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jeff Short said, twin you on fire, bro. Consider 2.0 to Mr. I remember a chick tried to choke me. I tried to let it slide, but I came to my senses and had to stop her.
Yeah, you had that conversation now. That's crazy work right there. Oh, that's
Consider 2.0 said, only inexperienced guys know they are bad. Okay. Jack Spade said, I might have had some inadequate D, but hey, I got mine because the world is all about me. You know what, Jack? First of all, Jack, can I say that your clip is going haywire right now with your 57 cents? The people are loving it. You're definitely going to make the top clip probably for next year. I digress. But no, no. So that's not with your woman. I can understand with a woman you don't care about, but we're talking about your inner relationship, and you want to make sure that at least every other time you get it, she's getting hers. How do I communicate if I'm not getting mine nicely so that I can get mine? Because here's the thing: so many times we don't come.
Well, that's different. Okay, so are we talking about you not getting yours, right? Is that what we're talking about right now? The lady not getting yours? Okay.
Yes, because I need to communicate to you what I need so that I get mine.
So, fellas, let me talk to you real quick, fellas. Listen, I'm talking about your woman. I ain't talking about no regular girl on the side, and
That part.
the slept girl, whatever. No, I'm talking about your main chick, the one. Fellas, you got to put time into that. You got to learn the body. If the body ain't shaking, if the leg ain't twitching, and she get up and got to catch this balance, you're not doing something right. Now, you got to put time on the main one. Okay? So the main one, you got to put the work in. You got to learn the body. Listen to her. Her body's going to talk to you. That's a dating tip right there for me already. Okay? Learn your woman. So you know what I'm saying? So you won't have the problem about baby, no, get her there. And once you get her there, once you find that spot, you're in the driver's seat. All right, I'm done.
Okay. Jeff has an actual question, and I appreciate it. And that was a great. See, I didn't say nothing because I was over quiet because you were white twin. So Jeff says, how do you tell a woman her sex ain't all that? In this day and age, that's what a lot of women lead with. Listen, here's the thing. I'm just a blunt person, especially when it comes to sex. Because again, there's a lot of things happening in sex, right? And I'm not about to lay and have a man sit on top of me that doesn't care about me after he comes. Like, I'm very big on that. If I'm not good, tell me. But tell me, there's something called the shit sandwich they always say, right? You start with, you might say, and I think Mr. is actually saying it. Actually, Mr. is actually giving an answer. He says, answer, use positive reinforcement. Say, babe, I really liked it when you did it like this, and describe you like within that frame rather than saying you're not good at that. That's actually a good way to do it, right? Hey, babe, you know what? I really enjoy when you lick the tip, right? Whatever it is. I'd love for you to do more about that. I don't really, you can also say, I don't really like when you do this. If you did a little less of this and more of this, it would be so amazing, right? All of those things, like make her feel good. I think that's the best way to do it. Or some women just like it straight up. Listen, you're not really good at, and let's practice. And this is what I like. Practice with her. Like I know men who are terrible downtown, like absolutely awful. It is, please get up off of me right now. I would rather be drinking a V8. Like this is horrendous. And again, I can't say this is horrendous. I have to be like, you know what? Maybe we should try something else.
Ooh, emotional damage, boy. Emotional damage.
You know what, Mr. said, tried to choke you. Did you hit her with a scissor sweep and regain the mount position?
This man over having WWE sex. Jumping on top of the bed, off the headboard. Okay, Mr. Minister. Where it works for you, brother. Amen. Where it works for you.
Actually, Mr. said, not gonna lie, I'm good with the fingers, but not so much with the tongue action. I never needed it, so I never really learned. And can't ask because they'll be like, you should already know by this age. And that's unfair. Not I have actually met men, and as a Jamaican woman, I will tell you, it's in all of our Jamaican men songs that they don't go down. It's called bowing. They don't bow. They don't do this. They don't do that. I've actually met men in my big grown age that have never done that. They will only do that with their wife. And good on them. But if I am not your wife and you've chosen to put me in a position as your woman, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it as part, again, of my sexual things, right? Like, again, what's your sexual comfort zone? We're going to get back to that concept of sexual comfort zone. What is your sexual comfort zone? If my man says my sexual comfort zone doesn't include oral sex, we are not compatible. We're just not. I need it. He doesn't want to do it. What are we doing? Does he have an alternative? Can we talk about that? So what's the alternative? If you're not willing to do that, what are you willing to do? Right? Like, and those are the conversations, because I think a lot of us, this is why I call this show Sex, Lies, and Reality. A lot of people are lying before sex, during sex, and after sex. There's a lot of lies that happen. How do we get past the lies so we can get to the enjoyment? Because there's no way. I'd love to get remarried again. I think we're all clear on this show. Twins and I, they've done the divorce thing, and remarriage is on the agenda. I cannot have bad sex if I'm lucky to live another 30 years, 35 years, and if I'm blessed to marry in the next 5. I cannot imagine having 25, 30 years of sex with the same person. That's bad. We're not doing that. Like, I'm not doing that. So how do we get past all of the egos and all the other stuff to get to the enjoyment? Because sex is supposed to be enjoyable. Like, I'm supposed to tingle every time I see you. I'm supposed to have those text messages and I'm like, babe, I can't wait to get home. Like, and I want to just, as soon as you walk through the door, I bring a rag and I'm wiping down, because you've been it's been in your pants all day. You can't have that. But I wipe it down, and right there, I'm like, before you even walk through the door, I'm like, like, I want that. Not like, oh, I guess I should sleep with you tonight because we were married.
Mm.
How do we get past that?
I mean, you definitely have you got to have the conversation at the beginning before you even have sex, right? And I guess another thing you can throw in there too is, you you can ask your partner, how they feel about being coached. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Kind of set the expectation. Because you just never know. You might say, she might say, "Hey, slow down a little bit." You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, bruh, don't take it offense. She's telling you to slow down. That means she's getting to that point. So you want to listen to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm gonna keep going fast, and you're gonna mess up her flow, and it's not gonna be good for you later on. So
I love that. I love that. That's a really good one. I love that coaching tip. And I would say the same. Like, I don't know any man I've ever met that doesn't like his D, right? I don't think I've ever met who's a man's like, I don't like that at all. However, I do hear complaints from men about women who their teeth clearly are getting on you, right? And we can't help it, guys. Like there's a lot, and if you've got some girth, it's like, oh, there's a lot that's happening, right? Like we gotta
understand.
think about so many different things. However, how you communicate how you like that, because I think sometimes what a lot of guys will be like t t t, right? Or they're saying something like while she's in the second, and it's like, hey babe, slow it down, like like kind of culture through instead of doing the t t t, they're like like it throws a woman off her game. Now mentally, she's like, I just don't want to do this because you're over there like acting like I'm killing you because my teeth grazed your flesh. Like what are we talking about? You're about to bring me to Pound Town and a little graze of the teeth, unless she's like
Pound town and teeth are two different things. Now,
like unless you would be surprised because some of us have sensitive nether region, patty woo-haws, and they're tight and they're all of these different things that if you've got some girth, if you have a thin razor thin peen, there is no teeth to be had. Usually when there's teeth is because you got some girth and we gotta widen it, I'll bring it back. It's like a whole thing that
or
you gotta do to get it in.
inexperience, or you're inexperienced.
Or you're inexperienced. So coaching helps. Hey babe, I like it like this. Hey babe, slow down here. I think for both parties that's a good thing. And again, this is if not like Jack who's just not caring about the 57 cents and just wants to get his, but the rest of y'all who care about what the woman wants and you want to get what you want. At the end of the day, it's also about getting what you want. Like ladies, if you like to be on top, let that man know I like to be on top. But then I've also met men who don't like women being on top, but that's the only way she gets hers. So how do we get around some of these? I need to be able to do this to get mine, but you don't like it. Like how do we get through that?
You got to compromise. That's it. Just got to compromise. If you don't compromise, don't worry. She'll get it somewhere else, or he will get it somewhere else. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, if this is your woman or this is your dude, you know what I'm saying, and you really care about this person, you want to do everything you can to make sure your partner's good. Like I don't want to leave any doubts with my lady that, you know what I'm saying, that if I can't get it done, she'll go somewhere else. Fuck that. No. Now if she's gonna leave, she's gonna leave. That's one thing. But if I have a choice or if I can make it happen, I'm gonna do everything I can to make it happen, make sure she's good and she don't go nowhere else and get anywhere else.
I
Especially
love that too.
if she got that good. Like if she got that good, nah, bro. You gonna be in the bushes like, yo, where you doing? Where you going? But work.
Uh,
Hey, got lunch on this time. Got lunch for you. Just saying. Ain't no work husbands around me.
Because in the 2.0 did say teeth is an instant mood killer. I'm actually going to go back to something he says before that. Mr. Mrs. says, I flirt with my woman throughout the day so that when she comes back in the evening, she's ready to go. Love this. Like finger blast. I will finger blast her real good for 30 seconds before she gets to work. She thinks about it all day. What is it? I don't even want to ask, actually. I'm actually Jack Spade to the ladies from 1982 to 2024. My sexual value does not include my wallet. My my honey love is much more solid than my money love. You know what? That Jack, I've got nothing. I can see the 2.0. Mr. Mister got to preheat that thing all day. That way she's TTG, trained to go later that evening. Okay. Actually, something that Conceded 2.0 asked earlier, let's get into this. What about toys? Introducing toys into the bedroom. Is that a good thing, or is that make a man feel like, why do I need extra stuff?
I think it comes to maturity. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Maturity. You know what I'm saying? I could see a younger version of myself like toys for what? I could do everything, right? And you get older, it's like, sure, let them do a little bit of work. And not jumping afterwards. You got use a cheat code, fellas. Let the toys, let the double A or triple A's or D do what they gotta do. And then you jump in afterwards. I'm just saying. I don't have a problem with toys.
Are there any toys that would be off limits? Like, no, we're not doing that,
Um, no. I guess
fellas.
any toys that she want to try to put on me that have to go inside of me, that's a hell to the no. So outside of that, any toys that for you, go ahead. Yeah.
Conceded 2.0 said it's a great thing. Just don't pull out the 16-inch dildo on me. I guess you guys are all in agreement. I don't know what's happening out here.
Emotional damage. I mean, yeah, that's crazy though. But you know what? Let's talk about that for a second. Yeah, ladies, you cannot have a toy that's quadruple, triple the size of your current man. Like that's crazy. Like, come on now, how am I supposed to follow that? Like, I can't follow Shaquille O'Neal. Like, what we talking about? What we talking about? Just say emotional damage. If I follow my stuff, I don't want it. If I fall into it, I don't want it. Like my stuff nice and tight. Let me feel that I'm the first time breaking it in, not been broken by many people because you got a 20-inch Mandingo toy. Let's not do that, ladies. Go ahead, comment.
Listen, I don't have such things. I do not want to ruin myself for my husband with inanimate toys. Okay, like my next husband should be good, and he's good down here. I am not ruining myself during my single times for my husband comes along, so I do not have those things in my home. However, I do think toys are a good introduction. However, not if the conversations haven't been had. Because what can happen is you now have introduced toys, you're hearing your woman make noises she's never made before with these toys, and that's also emotional damage. So she gets a vibrator, she gets whatever's going on, and she starts making those noises. You're gonna have some. I have actually a story about that I might share later because it's an interesting thing. Anyways, but there needs to be some things. I think toys that you can both enjoy. I think, something to put around his member so that, like, when you guys connect, it's stimulating the clitoris. So it's still him with you instead of you watching her play with a toy and you're just seeing how your woman is like going crazy and she's never like that when she's with you. That can definitely be emotional damage. Mr. I don't fuck with toys. If anything, the toy would be a non-dick shaped vibrator. I don't want to feel like I'm holding someone else's dick just because she wants to play with toys.
Nothing wrong with that. Just have the conversation. Just have the conversation before.
Conceded. Conceded. So conceded. I conceded to point out exactly what I was just talking about. He said those cock rings are dangerous. The man gives up too much control. Do tell. Conceded to point out, I know you're probably still at work, but do tell how you feel like the man gives up too much control. Because I would think that's you have more control. And again, it's pleasure for your woman when you guys connect. So I'm interested. See, and here's the thing. I love these conversations, guys, and thank you for joining us on this conversation because I feel as if I hear so many complaints about this. Like even in that clip of this woman just like, oh well, when a man loves you, he's giving you boring sex and a man should be able to slut me out. And I'm gonna repeat again, ladies, I do not recommend looking at a man that you want to be serious with or are serious with and use the word slut me out. Psychologically, that's not a good thing because you have now put yourself in a category that he didn't even have you in. And now, when men think of sluts, they do not think about women they want to marry. They do not think of women they want to settle down with. They think about women, like Twin said, that comes over, they do their thing, and they go home. They don't care about you. But when a man does put you on that pedestal of love and affection and care and all of those needs and wants to fulfill your desires and loyalty and trust and all of that, doesn't want to see you as a slut. I do say, hey, baby, let's talk about how, we both are going to get what we want. Like, let's talk about how we want to be intimate. Let's talk about what you like, our fantasies, and go through that. Role playing. I might have been Conceited 2.0 that spoke about it earlier. Role playing is amazing. Do role playing, introduce role playing, be the stranger at the bar. Have, ladies dress up, sit at the bar in your cute, sexy outfit. See how many men pick you up and have your husband or your boyfriend or whatever come over and do the thing because he's watching other men admiring you, right? Does that do something for guys? I'm curious to know. If you were to do something like that, would that do something from you watching your woman be admired by other men and knowing like that's my woman?
I mean, it sounds that it's a slippery slope, at least for me.
Ooh, ooh.
No, the reason why I said because let's say you go to a bar somewhere, right? And we're in character, dudes talking to her, whatever. She playing them off. I come over Rico Suave, what I'm saying, do my thing, and she's, oh my gosh, whatever. But meanwhile, dudes start getting mad, like really mad. That could turn to something that it really don't need to be because me and her, because we're playing games and dudes are a little sensitive out here. You know what I'm saying? Like these young boys are very sensitive, and then all of a sudden it's a real fight. Boys pulling guns out, and then all because we want to do a role play, and then went far left because people might get disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, F that nigga, he ain't got nothing on me. He can't be like. So that's why I say it's a slippery slope, depending on the situation. Now, maybe that might be a little too extreme, right? I might have took it far left. I don't know. Some things I'll do, some things I ain't gonna do. So I don't know. It's a slippery slope for me.
See, I would love a good role play, and it maybe depends on the establishment you're doing it. Like doing it at the local wing spot might be not the same as sitting at the bar at the Four Seasons, right? Or the Shangri-La. I think you guys have Four Seasons in the U.S. Like that type of thing. That's what I'm talking about. Like going to the Four Seasons and sitting at the bar and do that stop, not the local wing stop. Like I'm not doing that at the local wing stop. But those types of things to spice it up. And then after you do that, you go into the bathroom of the Four Seasons to get it on before you get home. Like that's the type of stuff that spices relationships up. But I feel like I'm missing some whole conversation here about, okay, we're done with the ring. Okay. Okay, Mr. said the C rings, never considered it. Miss Consider 2.0 has not answered my question. No, when I'm thrusting in and out or she's working me, I can control the pace myself. That cock ring has different speeds, but ain't nobody got time to do all of that. I appreciate it. What about, okay, so there is this device. Let's really talk. So there's this device that men can control. So you have the controller, and it's a device that a woman puts inside of her, and you're able to control it. So you're out at dinner. You guys are good with that.
Oh yeah.
Can you still hear me? My headset just went out. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Yeah.
Okay, awesome, perfect.
I see that video all the time. Couples be out in public, and the girl just sitting there, and all of a sudden he turn up to a 10, and she's like, "Stop!" Yeah, that's fun. That's cool.
See, those are the types of conversation ladies you have. Like, I think there's a way to introduce having your man bring you to a certain pleasure than using the term. Like, I heard the word "slut me out," and I thought, and I'm assuming that young lady on the show is fairly young. I want to pick her as still in her 20s because she speaks like she's in her 20s. Like, there's no way that young lady is any older than maybe 28 because she sounds like she's about 24, 25. But I think as us mature women, I think there's ways to introduce things. Bring your men into the sex shop, right? Take him on a date. Babe, I'm going to take you on a date. And you guys end up to go to a to a sex shop, right? And you make a night of it. You make a date of it. You go buy different things that you're gonna try. Maybe you also, get some strawberries and whipped cream. And like, if it like, there's no sense for me in it being unsatisfied with a man that I've committed to. But I'm also hoping that the man is open to that. But again, this based on those initial conversations about what your sexual comfort zone is. See, I just actually came up with that term, sexual comfort zone, patent pending. But yeah, there's a sexual comfort zone, and if once you have that conversation, you'll know where each of the sexual comfort zone is. I like that. Consider 2.0. I had fun on a flight with the vibrating panties with someone. On a flight, that is next level. I'm done. Okay. You're going to take that one. I'm done with Jack tonight. Twins, take that one. Take that one. I've got nothing.
No, I don't think it's ruined. I think it's just, just throw a little spice in there, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's ruined. I just think it's just, just spice it up a little bit. And mind you, this is something, so fellas, mind you, like when it comes to these toys, this is something you do with your long-term partner, not with anyone else. Now, if you're doing it with every girl you met, then yes, that poon is ruined because she let everybody put toys in there and do all these things. Like, ladies, save something for your future husband. Save something for your future husband. I'm done.
Mic disconnected. Can you hear me? Hello?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, and I agree, right? Like it is about the person that you want to spend time. We are not talking about the women who you actually are slutting out, right? Because there are many. I have dated some men who've been with their fair share of women, and I understand the difference between the women they commit to and the women they hoe with, right? Like they don't care. They don't care what they're doing. They don't care from the mouth to the patty to the A. They're not thinking about any of that. They don't care about you. We're talking about the women you care about, the women you love, the woman you want to please. You want to, again, those conversations of the texting, getting home, like those different things. We're talking about those women, the women you want to commit to, and women, the men that you want to commit yourself to. Those conversations need to happen, but more and more, even in my own personal life, having had to have a conversation like that, it can get uncomfortable. But if you're not comfortable having a conversation about sex with your partner, why are you having sex with that partner?
Message.
Okay, consider 2.0. My first question sexually to a woman is, did you do your Kegels today? If she says no, we got some work to do. I'm doing Kegels as we speak. And if a woman doesn't know what Kegels are, that's also a problem. Okay, so a Kegel is, you ever been having sex with a woman and she tightens her vagina on your that's a Kegel. So she's actually tightening the grip. So it literally is taking it and doing this. It's small, like little pulses that you do to keep it tight. And I can actually do it right now. I'm doing it as we're having this conversation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is what a Kegel is. And women should be doing that on a daily basis and should be doing that because it actually does keep it
right
tight.
That grip.
It's the grip.
That's that grip, fellas. Be careful now.
The Kegel. And I'm back to it. I can do it in a conversation. I can do it driving. I can do it at the gym. It is something natural. And when you get that grip is dangerous. Mm. Okay. Jack Spade, you are on one tonight. He said, that's like me at 32 years of age telling a woman to hold up a minute so I can slip on a cock ring. You know she's going to send out the strep to the rest of the women in town. I'm done. Oh, Consider 2.0. I was first introduced to Kegels at 25 years old by a 46-year-old woman. She drained me by Kegels only. I am done. Okay, Mr. He said that's that GI hole with the Kung Fu grip.
Not the Kung Fu grip.
That is the best way to put it. It's the grip. Like there's the grip and there's the grip. Because there's the one where we just go a little, but when we clamp that, yeah, that's a, and it's those little things that women and men need to be talking about. They're fundamentally important. And this was a fun conversation. We're going to wrap it up in a second. I am going to ask some questions. I asked ChatGPT to come up with some questions for us right before the show. I didn't really check them, so I'm going to quickly check them to see what ChatGPT came up with. But any final thoughts, gentlemen, on this topic, sex, lies, and reality? How are we going to talk to our partners about having good sex? Final thoughts before I get into these questions.
Final thought, just have the conversation. Period. If you like to have sex, which, I like to have sex. So talk about the do's, the don'ts, and the possibility of things you want to do. I'll just say, don't let the shit linger on where you're 6 months in or 6 years in, and now you're talking about sex problems. Like, that should have been day one. Sex is just as important as finances. So just something to think about. So please have a conversation.
Amen. Like I will give you 1 to 3 times. I give you 3 times because I get it. It's different bodies, different things are happening. So I give you 3 times to be able to work out all of the different kinks as we learn each other's body and what each other likes. By the 4th time, best believe we're having a conversation. And I know we're not at the dating tips yet, but I'm going to give you, gentlemen, a tip. And Twins, I think, said it a bit earlier, but I'm going to say it in a different way. Warm us up, please. Please warm us up. Warm us up. I do not want to feel as if all I am is the hole that is at the bottom of me. When you decide, oh, I want to do it, and you do this, and then do it there to wet it, and then stick it in, I don't enjoy that. Warm me up.
No, so see, that's one of the things that when it comes to slutting someone out, that's what happens. We don't care about that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to jump in because that's part of the whole slut out, hoe out, whatever you want to call it.
And if you want to do that, but don't do that to your woman. Once you've classified me as your woman, don't do that to me, because all you care about in that moment is your pleasure. Because your pleasure is as important to me as my own pleasure. And so my pleasure should be as important as your pleasure. And ain't nobody having fun if I am not pleased.
Well, just know, just us men, we sometimes we're a little slow. So if you say you want to get slut out, we're gonna do it. Don't get mad. You can't say slut me out, but still love me at the same time. Baby girl, you need to make a decision. Okay, maybe Monday, slut Mondays, love Tuesday. We can mix it up. Just, you know what I'm saying? But don't tell me one thing and I do that, you can get mad because I didn't warm it up. Like you told me to slut you out. So come on now. Now it's getting too complicated. Now I gotta think about sex. Now it's getting too much work now. Just saying.
I'm just gonna drop my little mic. You just dropped the mic on that one because you ain't wrong. Don't tell me one thing, then when I do that thing, you mad because that's how I treat sluts.
Message.
We digress. Let me see a little of this. Okay, Jack Spade and Mr. Mister, then I'm going to ask a couple of questions. Jack Spade said 2025 code for the road. This year, the latest fashion is to lie in the heat of passion.
It could backfire on you.
Thank you. I can't. I'm gonna hold this one. I'm gonna be honest. I am not at a stage in my life where I am lying to any man about his inadequate deed. I cannot. I am not there. I am just getting too old and too tired. I cannot. If you're not coming with it, we're having a conversation. If that makes you upset, I don't know what to tell you because I'm going to do it from a place of love. I'm not doing it in a place of anger and not doing, but I cannot let you just sweat on top of me. And then I am going to have to go into the bathroom and take my shower head and put it underneath my, I can't, I just, no, she's magical. I'm doing Kegels as we're doing the show. There's a lot of stuff that happens. No, I'm not, I can't. And don't lie to me either. If I'm bad, tell me I'm bad. If you don't like what I'm doing, coach me. That's the twin said it best. Coach me because I will coach you, but do not lie to me because I'm definitely not lying to you. Mr. says, focus all your efforts on the lighter colored portion of the D. Ladies, listen up. I'm going to repeat it. He said, focus all your efforts on the lighter colored portion of the D. That's the tip. Just in case you ladies don't know, that's the tip. It's about, depending on the size of the D, it's about this here. Stop licking all the other parts. Focus on the frenulum specifically. You go using big words. I gotta go to my phone and look up what the frenulum is.
The word up.
Let me go look up frenulum. It's not even a joke. I'm about to go look up frenulum. Not you pulling out the $200 word on me, frenulum. Okay, I'm ready. A frenulum is a thin rope-like piece of tissue that connects two bodily structures. Okay. All right.
I didn't know fucking feelings turned to biology, but okay.
Listen, we are a learning show. We are a learning show. Jack Spade, he said there's no backfire that LinkedIn hasn't solved. It's been a transient labor economy for decades. You know what, Jack Spade, go to bed. Sir, go to bed. Okay. I am done. You guys are killing me tonight. This was great. Let me ask some questions and let you guys, gentlemen who actually have to work tomorrow, get on with your evenings, because I'm not one of those people. This is a good one. What is the pettiest reason you've ever slept with someone? And I know Twins got a story.
Wait, you said petty of sleeping?
Yes, what's the pettiest reason you've ever slept with someone?
Well, I mean, it was more like a payback petty. Someone broke into one of my friend's cars, so I slept with a girl. Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm looking at my phone because I done looked up frenulum. Okay, I'm nothing. I respect it. I have personally never slept with anybody for a petty reason. I gotta protect my patty hoo-ha. I have. We'll just leave it there, gentlemen. Okay. Conceded 2.0 said, I have a petty reason. I didn't. She didn't have a headboard on her bed.
That was petty. That's a good one. This man wanted to put some dents in the wall. You ain't got no headboard? Oh, I can't do this. This is some bullshit. You ain't. You got all this fake Louis Vuitton Gucci bag. You got a headboard?
Jack Spade said he's got a petty reason because I couldn't get at her friend.
That's fair. Touche. That's fair.
Touche. Okay. I'm just gonna... Ladies, I keep telling you, you need to come over here because the men on the show spill the tea. Okay? They spill the tea and you are missing out. And Gazette 2.0 said the reason he couldn't sleep with her is because I got to hear that knock, he said. I'm done. I am done. Question number 2. Have you ever dated someone just to get under your ex's skin?
Nah.
I feel like Jack Spade has. Jack, have you ever dated someone to get under your ex's skin? I feel like you definitely have. I would say no. Most of my exes actually don't live in the same city that I do, so they ain't gonna know who I'm dating when we're done. So, like, I have to put that shit on Instagram. or Facebook or Black Planet from back in the day. My exes have no clue what I'm doing once we're done.
Honestly, all I had to do was date someone else, and the ex would be upset. Like, you moved on that quick? Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, y'all can move on differently than we do. Ladies, stop worrying about, listen, I said this after I broke up with my ex. I had to do a whole show on it. I said, listen, if I break up with my man at 9:35 and we are no longer together, what he does at 9:36 is no longer my business. We are not together. Ladies, stop be worrying about what the man is doing after you're no longer together. Once that decision has been made and you both say this is the end, what that man does a minute after that is no longer business. Y'all be worried about the wrong thing. Worried about your healing and moving on.
Message.
I am not about to be worried about what my ex and who he's doing. He could be deep in peen at 9:35 and 35 seconds. It's not my business. Like, I cannot sit around and worry about that. Okay, Mr. It's going back to the first question. He said, not petty, but she came to the crib with a yeast. She came to the crib with a yeast infection and didn't tell me. She was baking honey buns and biscuits and thought I wouldn't notice.
Wow.
That's just dirty.
I'm glad I never experienced no bullshit like that. Oh man, she got kicked out that night.
That's just dirty. Ladies, don't do that. And why would you men have no clue, but a yeast infection is not a comfortable thing to have. I've had a couple in my life and it is not comfortable. So I wouldn't even want a man in my patty. That's just dirty. But I mean, I guess the good thing is Mr. Missy says I got sloppy toppy in front of my ex once before. She was sitting on my left and I was getting top from the right.
Now, either that's some cold player shit, or you capping. I'm just saying, either or.
He could have been in a sex party, which I know nothing about. And so I've heard on the streets the rumors that when you go to some of these sex parties in mansions that I know nothing about, these things can happen. And Mr. said it's a true story. Mr. Was it at a sex party that Toshiba knows nothing about? Because I've never been to one. I've never experienced such a thing. But was it at one of those such things at like a swingers party? And your ex happened to be there while you were doing that? I'd love to know the story. Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Solved. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. We was curious, so it makes sense.
I don't even have to read it. Jack Spade said, my love language is he's cheap. He's opinionated and he's a misogynist. None of my ex's friends wanted any piece of that.
All right, Jack.
I'm done. Conceited 2.0. You do tell Conceited 2.0 because I know nothing about these things. I have heard rumors, like I said. Sex parties are wild. My first time I was stunned. Tell us more. We'd like to know.
Right. You was just stunned or, or, like you were just stunned. You was, like, we need to hear more.
Oh my God.
How did the night end? Did you leave? Did you stay? How long did you stay? Did you participate? I'm just saying. Was there baby oil there? I'll stop.
Not the baby oil.
Oh, shit. All right, I'm joking on the last one. My bad.
I'm done. There should be some baby oil. Consider 2.0 said he was a deer in headlights. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Again, do tell. I wish you were off work so you could end the night with some stories because they sound like they would be interested. I'm going to give it like 2 more questions. Hopefully you can jump on quickly. Okay, here is another thing. Oh, speaking of things that we talked about earlier, what's the craziest lie you've told to get back at someone in bed? So what's the craziest lie you've told to get back at someone in bed. I don't tell lies to get
You mean
back
like you mean lie to get something? To get some?
They said, what's the craziest lie you've told to get back at someone in bed?
I don't have any.
Me either.
Yeah, I don't have any. No,
Yeah.
I got one, to get something. I lied about something to get something, And I'll tell that. So one time I kind of faked like I was about to OD on some medicine. Man, I took too many pills. So, she thought I was gonna die. So I got some extra butt.
So you got sympathy, patty woo-ha?
Sympathy, patty woo-ha. Yes.
Hold on. So you were at home, told her you were, and she came over to your home, her medicine was to give you patty woo-ha?
No, I had a toothache, so I was popping aspirin, and maybe I took too many. I think I took 4. You know what I'm saying? Almost OD, whatever. Wasn't
aspirin.
So to make sure I didn't die, or whatever, patty woo-ha all night.
Okay. Gazette 2.0 is giving us some tea. He said, I stayed a couple of hours, didn't participate my first time, but I've been to a few since. He said, the next one, he's stuck at work. Crap. Okay. So definitely next week. Okay, here's Conceited 2.0's got something he's lied about. I told a chick I was snipped when we first started talking. She ended up getting pregnant. I told her, no way, it was mine. She confessed to seeing another guy too, who says lying isn't good.
Wow, the plot thickens. That's crazy. So what happened to the baby? Hey, you can't.
We want to know.
We want to know. You got to the edge, The baby.
Last question. As Considered 2.0, write that. Okay, Jack Spade said, I forgave a woman and told her we could work things out, but I'd already packed my stuff, handed my resignation, and relocated 2 days later. Sounds like you, Jack Spade.
That was a good
petty. Like 1,000% what you would do.
That's a good petty one. I like
that. That is actually quite petty. Don't fall for the second chance, ladies. Especially because, again, most of the times we're the ones leaving the relationship. You don't leave a man, realize that the grass is not greener on the other side. Tell that man, let's do this again, and think that man's like, yeah, baby, let me take you back. No, they're plotting. Don't do it. If you grew apart, if it was more amicable, but if you said, no, I don't want to be with you, this is not working, I have dreams and aspirations, whatever you say, yeah, no, don't do it. No. Consider 2.0 said I was a bad dude in my past. I'm healed now.
Okay, well, we got that answer. Next one. Return to sender.
Nothing. Mr. She had a side baby and admitted to it with some Jedi mind tricks. Good job, my brother. We rocking with you. I love the support. Okay, there is like a brotherhood amongst our amazing subscribers and viewers. I love the brotherhood that you've created. Please bring the sisters so we can start having a sisterhood because you all are killing me. Last question. Have you ever slept with someone and immediately regretted it but didn't tell them? I don't know if you're going to tell them if you immediately regret it, because how do you even say that?
Yeah, I wouldn't tell them, but yeah, definitely. Easy. Yeah. I could say most men probably, if they like stepped out, cheated, whatever, as soon as you get that postpartum clarity, what the fuck I do this? So yeah. I never told a girl, but I definitely regret it afterwards.
I definitely had that happen where I immediately was like, and it's usually because it was inadequate. Like, girl, it's nothing worse where I'm like, I just wasted a number. I'm really trying to keep my number And here I thought this was going to be a thing because whatever. And then it was just like, oh, the disappointment. And I tried again, my 3 limit. And even after the 3rd time, I had to be like, I do say to people, like, I just don't think this is going to work because we're not in each other's. Again, I just came up with the term, but sexual comfort zone. I didn't say probably as nicely as I do now, but yeah, I had to let that gentleman know that this is just not gonna work. Because I put, when I knew it was bad, I put a song on. The song was probably 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and he was done, and the song still had 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Shade. The shade.
So I just knew that wasn't gonna work. Last comments before we give our dating tips, and we've given out a few, so I might just repeat mine. But again, Jack Spade, and of course, I was doing all kinds of lying while we were in the heat of passion. If it don't come back for seconds, that's telling enough. Oh, if I don't come back for seconds, that's telling enough. The Twins is shaking his head, so he agrees.
Yep.
Twin, that post nut will have you questioning any and everything.
Boy, have you questioned your whole life. Like, what? Why did I drive here? Why I spend that gas money? Why I buy that food? Why did I even be nice to the damn kids? Why?
Conceded 2.0 actually has a good one for us. He said, let's switch it up. Y'all ever had something so good you knew you couldn't continue with it because you would be irrational from it? I absolutely do. So that smile on my face that Twins saw earlier when he was talking about that one person who you will never forget. That one person, we rocked for about 12 years. When we weren't in something, we were together. I could never be with that man long term. That man would have me outside scratching like a crackhead, wanting some D. Like, that is how good that thing was. I could not. He tried to like reunite after I broke up with my ex, and he slipped in and was like, hey, missed you. I said no. I said, I'm too old and too grown for this. We've been doing this since we were in our 20s. You are not gonna have me out there looking like a crackhead talking about I just want some D. Nope. So I God bless the woman he's with now. I know she's having a great time. We were not ever going to actually be together. It just was not a thing that we were going to do, but that man would have had me out there like going behind him, sniffing his, yeah. So yeah, Twins, no.
Yeah. I have a lady like that gave magnificent, head, but she didn't have nothing going for herself. So I had to distance myself from her because it's like the head's good. I mean, fire. I mean, shit. Sometimes I just be chilling and she pop it out. Okay. You know what I mean? But
I love that for you.
Yeah, but I would have loved it if she had more inspiration. Because then I still would have had it. You know what I'm saying? But had to let her go. Yeah. Keep my distance.
I love that. Okay. That was a good question. Mr. Not slept with her, but Titty effed her and it hit that throat. And it was good too, but I was ashamed afterwards because she was fat.
Yo, go to bed. Go to bed.
He said, I still haven't identified her 20 years later, and we grew up together.
Yo, if she watches this, that would be emotional damage too. That's crazy.
I'm really trying. Okay. Jack Spade says, yep, 2012, after the 3rd stroke, I wanted to just pull out while doing the doggy style and send her home. Wasn't feeling how her booty was quaking. You know what? How does one's booty quake wrong? Sorry.
Hey, guess what? He had to see it through, though. He had to see it through.
Oh my God, you guys are the best. You really are. Okay. The honesty on this show, this is why the show is titled Fuck Your Feelings, because you guys really do be coming in here. And if these women were watching, their feelings would be fucked. So that's all I can say. Move on, last comment. Zeta 2.0 said, I had a girl put it on me so good. I asked, you want to go shopping? Blew $500 as a broke college student. Damn, that was good. Because for 500 to a college student, might as well be 500,000 when you broke. That was good. Was it what was it? The patty woo-ha was the head? What was it? The throat game? Like, because head is not just head, ladies. There's the throat game. That's an actual, like, a throat game is very different than a head game, because once you hit that back of the throat for some of these men, you can ask for anything. You may have a new car or two.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I gave my man listen, I remember when I gave mine a 30-day challenge. He ended up buying a Mercedes-Benz, but I won't get into that. We digress. But that's it. Okay, we are gonna go into our dating tip. We are going to our dating tip for listen, like, I got what I needed. Like, we got that Mercedes-Benz truck real quick after that 30-day challenge. I'm just saying. We'll go into our dating tips. Twins, we'll start with you. Dating tip for the night.
Yeah, I'm just going to recap what I said earlier today is learn your woman's body, learn the way she shakes, the way she breathes, the way she moans. That's
Ooh, listen, that moan thing is real talk. And I'm actually going to add, because it's not my dating tip, but I'm going to add the little things that she does, like bite her lip, she does a little, like, learn those things. Those things be telling you. Like, ooh, that was some good advice. My advice for everybody, please have the conversation about sex before you start having sex. Understand I'm going to again go back to my new terminology. Understand what's in your sexual comfort zone and what's in your potential partner's sexual comfort zone. And if for any reason those are incompatible, do not start having sex. It is not going to work. Because if I want it in the booty and you say no, and I need some booty play, that ain't going to work. Because you ain't going to like what I keep asking you to put it in my booty. If I want to put a finger in your booty and you think that's gay, we ain't going to work. Because I might want to slip a finger in your booty. So let's have some conversations about sexual
Pineapples. Extra pineapples.
I'm just saying we need to have the conversation. And Mr. is coming through. I'm glad you're back. Dating tip. And Jeff, if you're still here, a marriage tip. A marriage tip to keep it spicy. Jeff, if you're still here. So Mr.'s dating tip. To get the woman of your dreams, become the man of her dreams. Ooh, child. Let me see the snap. Okay, see the snap? He further says, and vice versa, don't be having all these demands of the opposite sex and never looked in the mirror and worked on your own flaws. You done dropped the mic on that, Mister. That is, I completely agree. I would give it some more. Oh, Consider 2.0 is coming through at work at that with the dating tip. Consider 2.0. I see you with the multitasking. Don't let nobody tell you men can't multitask. Dating tip. Make sure you actually like the person before engaging in sex.
Message.
This one is for the ladies. I'm gonna take your dating tip and flip it a little. Ladies, make sure he actually likes you before you give him some. And make sure he likes you enough to have a baby with you when you be having that sex unprotected. Remember? And they create little people. I digress. But not my dating tip. Before engaging in sex, it's amazing how much better that makes the sex. And it's true. It makes sex better when you actually like the people and you're not actually getting slutted out. Jack Spade has a marriage tip. Not Jack Spade coming with a marriage tip. Lord have his mercy. I don't know if I even want to read this one. Jack Spade marriage tip. Keep the women or women in your memories. The wife will never know you're. I knew. You know what? It's already up here. I'm just keep the women or women in your memories. The wife will never know you're thinking about another woman while having sex with her. And Mr. also says, and be likable in the first place. I asked for tips. I read all tips. And Jack had a tip. And that was his tip. And that is all I'm going to say. You take all of these tips with a grain of salt. Dear future husband, please, I'm going to ask you tonight, do not be having sex with me while thinking about other women. Please don't. Tell me what you want, like, desire. I will be your everything. I will be all that you need because, again, sexual comfort zone. Do not be digging me down thinking about Diana, Teresa, Angela, Sarah, Brittany, Veronica. Please be thinking about Toshiba.
Sharon, Nikki.
Right? Okay, like I don't know.
Julia, Tina.
Thank you, future husband. That is what I have to say to you. This was a show. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this up here. This was a show, and this is how it's ending. Mr. letting the ladies know, and only suck on the tip. So thank you. As we said, this is Turn Up Thursdays. We are back. We are here. Next year is going to be the new year, and we're going to be right back here with this amazing group of people that we have talking about another amazing topic. And also shout out Mr. I've been getting your clips that you've been sending me and watching them. I'm going to acknowledge I see your emails. Thank you for sending them. But we will be back next week, same time, ready to go. Rewatch this show. You might learn a few things in between. Again, coachable. Remember that. Learn your woman's body. Understand your sexual comfort zone. There's a lot of stuff in here. The men are giving you the tea. So come back, share this, like, share, subscribe, send it to your mama, your pastor, your father. Everybody, please. We need to bring more people into this conversation. Twins.
Last comment. Make it disappear for the one time. Ladies, I'm done.
And if you don't know what that means, ladies, your man should coach you.
That's a good one. I like that. That's a good one.
We are done. See you next week. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody, and weekend. Bye.